Welcome to the Welsh capital of Cardiff, an incredible city that has been undergoing a food renaissance within the last decade. I lived in the city for years before moving to the countryside, but I still make time to come back to visit just for the food. Today I'll be giving you a food tour of Cardiff Market, an iconic location at the heart of the city centre. I'm going to show you everything I ate before giving you my top recommendations at the end. If you enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe as I'll be posting more food tours, including more videos of food around Cardiff, not just the market, that you won't want to miss. Before anything else, I should mention that in a couple of months from the release of this video, the images that you see here of our surroundings might change. Why? Because Cardiff Market has secured £6.5 million for a facelift expected to start in summer 2024. The market and traders are expected to stay, so the foods should still be relevant to you, but if you were to visit after summer 2024, expect to see a bigger seating area and some major repair works to be done to modernize. This video is going to be in two parts where I'm going to talk you through all of the savouries before moving on to the sweet. First, I want to talk to you about Shan's, which does a classic greasy spoon menu such as a full English breakfast, baps and rolls. Shan's does get overlooked here at the market sometimes, as their menu serves very classic British dishes that might seem uninspiring compared to the international food stalls surrounding it. However, don't skip it. We came here for the roast pork special, which you can either choose to have in a baguette or over chips. We picked with chips and it came with a rich, thick gravy, applesauce and stuffing. You can see that Shan's does not go easy on the portion sizes. The pork was cooked beautifully and the stuffing was addictive. If you want to taste a classic British roast in the market, Shan's is the way to go. Next is Franco Street Food, which serves authentic Apulian street food. They are incredibly proud of their direct ties to Puglia, a southern region of Italy and a source of many of their ingredients. The flour they use is an ancient flour from Altamura, the bread capital of Italy. Their extra virgin olive oil is sourced from their farm in Castellaneta, where head chef Franco himself has spent much of his childhood learning skills from his nonna. You could tell just from watching Franco work that these dishes were made with absolute care and pride, and the result is delicious. We went for a panzerotto, which is something that I've never had before. It's similar to a calzone in that it's a pastry stuffed with some delicious savory goodies on the inside, but the major difference is that panzerotto are smaller and are usually fried, such as in this case. This makes for a crispy shell that was a wonderful contrast to the soft dough and ingredients on the inside. They had quite a number of flavors, but we went for the Rudy Valentino, which had tomato sauce, mozzarella, goat's cheese, caramelized onion, and I paid extra to add in some andouille sausage. The flavors were absolutely delicious. We also decided to try a pasticcotto leccese, another first for me. It is a short crust pastry dough filled with egg custard. Interestingly, it had a very similar flavor profile to a Hong Kong style egg custard tart, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Our third spot is Bearded Taco, a beloved street food truck turned Cardiff Market stall. We got the carnitas, or shredded pork. This was paired with roasted tomato salsa, creamy guac, pickled onion, coriander, and toasted sesame seeds. You could definitely tell that their tortillas were homemade and their tacos tasted very fresh with high quality ingredients. After that, we tried Dirty Gnocchi, which serves their take on Italian street food. They focus on two things, gnocchi and cheese wheel pasta. We went for the classic OG Dirty Gnocchi. If you've never had gnocchi before, they're a potato-based dumpling mixed with flour and has a very starchy and chewy texture. Dirty Gnocchi takes it to another level by deep frying them to give them a crispy exterior which holds up against all of their toppings. This OG Dirty Gnocchi is topped with cheese, crushed chili, paprika, smoked bacon bits, and house aioli. A trip to the market wouldn't be complete without a trip to the legendary Pierogi shop. Pierogi are boiled Polish dumplings. They're similar to Chinese dumplings in that they're a dough wrapped around a filling, but pierogi uses a much thicker and heavier dough compared to the Asian dumpling. They have a wide range of flavors, and I have to say that their homemade gravy that came with the brisket dumpling is exceptional. Next up is a stroll to Japan with Tokyo Nights. Here is their tonkatsu sando. Tonkatsu is a Japanese deep-fried pork cutlet which involves coating a pork loin with panko breadcrumbs before frying it in oil. A sando is a Japanese sandwich. As you can see, the portion here is generous, and it came with some crunchy cabbage, a vinegary tonkatsu sauce, mayo, mustard, and a toasted brioche bun. Our final savory for the day before we just simply ran out of room was Tukka Tuk. Tukka Tuk is the street food brainchild of Kerala-born chef Anand George. His fine dining restaurant called Purple Papadam had claimed Best in Wales at the Asian Restaurant Awards and holds a place in the Michelin Recommended Guide. If fine dining is too much for you, you can still sample Anand George's genius here with his Keralan fried chicken and Bombay fries. Boneless chicken thighs marinated with spices and fried. On the side were some incredibly well-seasoned fries that had some unique spices. The chicken thigh was cooked perfectly, fried crispy as you like and incredibly juicy. This is also your chance to try mango lassi if you've never had it before. A very delicious and refreshing mango yogurt drink that truly hit the spot. As far as savories go, that was all I managed to have room for today if I was going to have some dessert. There were a lot of other places as well that I didn't manage to try, such as Masala Hut, which serves Malaysian and Indian street food and has 4.9 stars on Google reviews. The Celtic Corner with 4.4 stars, Thai and Asian Delish with 4.5 stars, the Bull Terrier Cafe at 4 stars, Teapot Cafe at 5 stars, and Ya Souvlaki at 4.9 stars. You really are spoiled for choice here. This isn't even mentioning the wonderful produce stalls and those selling cold deli foods for takeaway. There were so many good savories I had today, but if I had to recommend only one place for you to try for lunch, I would say you definitely need to go to Tukka Tuk and get that amazing Keralan fried chicken. Franco's comes at a very close second because I'm very disappointed that I can't eat his entire menu because the focaccia seriously looked really good. I'll be back for that one. Okay, now on to the sweets. One incredible stall that I want to highlight is the Mediterranean food stall, which has the most incredible pick and mix selection that you'll ever see, including some gigantic portions of baklava that comes in a few varieties. Here we have a coconut baklava, as well as a traditional version, both incredibly fragrant. We also queued up 20 minutes for Cardiff Bakestones, which has freshly made Welsh cakes and other baked goods. I have to say that it was an incredible sight to behold, watching the process of making Welsh cakes from start to finish, and it certainly builds your appetite. One of the people ahead of us in line ordered 36 Welsh cakes for takeaway. They had a wide variety of flavors ranging from traditional to jam and cream, Biscoff, white chocolate chip, salted caramel, and plain. If you've never had a Welsh cake before, they're an absolute must. Not too sweet and a perfect little snack. You can see here that we also went for their bread pudding, which is massively portioned and a lovely texture on the inside. Their salted caramel tart was very well baked also. However, I'm going to give a hot tip here. If you're traveling to Cardiff and you want Welsh cakes from the nation's capital, walk across the market floor to the bread stall instead. I'll be honest and say that I much preferred their Welsh cakes. Although they didn't have the huge variety of flavors, the texture on the inside was perfect and was honestly the best Welsh cake I've ever had. They didn't have the queue full of tourists, but when I came back at the end of the day to try to pick up a pack to take home, they had sold out completely, and for good reason. I was disappointed for myself, but happy for them at the same time. Besides Welsh cakes, the bread stall also sells a whole host of other baked goods, such as a giant bread pudding, hot cross buns that were soft as air, and a jam and cream donut. Next time, I would probably also go for a cup of tea to accompany all of this, which would have made it all hit the spot even more. Cardiff Market is definitely not one to miss if you're visiting Cardiff. It's got an incredible range of stalls and there's something for everyone here. As much as I tried, you can't eat it all in one day and you do need a return trip. But if you're limited in your time here, go for Tukka Tuk before finishing off with purchasing baked goods from the bread stall. You won't regret it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for my next video. I'll also be sure to come back to Cardiff Market again after its refurbishment to see what's changed and also hit up any places that I missed. If you've been to Cardiff Market, what's your favorite spot? And if you haven't been, what places from the video did you want to try the most? Until next time!